Hey, what up? This is Ab Super Jew, the 5-time champ of the world. And you watching HoopJabs.com. Keep it locked right here, baby.
Okay. Neal Johnson, we were at Canelo's media day for his fight with James Kirkland, and I'm here right now with Beto Duran. He calls fights for Golden Boy. How you doing today, man?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me.
No problem. So, what do you think about this fight, the fight with Kirkland? I know he was pushing really hard for the Miguel Cotto fight. That kind of fell apart, and now he's fighting James Kirkland. How do you feel about this fight?
The way that Kirkland approaches his career, the way he calls out people, the way he goes after it, I like it, but Canelo is still a tough character to go up against. And you look at Canelo, the way that his last couple fights have gone, you're starting to see the progression as you get older and you get stronger. And the fight is happening in Texas. We saw when he fought before in Texas. They love him in San Antonio. Houston's going to be the same thing. So Kirkland going into essentially what could be Canelo's, big fan base behind him is going to be a tough one, man.
Now, how'd you feel about, Cotto, he turned down the fight, and he's ended up fighting a guy like Daniel Gill. What'd you think about that? He turned down Canelo to fight Daniel Gill.
What would you do? If you're a fight fan, you're disappointed in it, but then that goes back to what Canelo's been doing in his career. The fact that he took on Mayweather when he did early on in his career, and if you look at Cotto, older in age, going up against a young lion like Canelo, that'd be a lot to take on. You look at this, Daniel Gill was a fighter that that Cotto picked for a reason, right?
How do you like the path that Golden Boy's taking right now? They have Canelo, who's obviously a superstar, and they're starting to build guys up, like in the local scene, guys like Jojo Diaz, guys like Diego De La Hoya. Which guys do you like watching the most out of those guys?
One of the cool things that I get to do is for calling the fights for on Golden Boy Live on Fox Sports 1 is that you're looking at these young fighters that are coming through, and that's what you have to do when you're a promotion company. You go and you sign the young fighters, and you mentioned Jojo Diaz. He has the pedigree, the Olympian, the good look, everything about him is almost Oscar-esque. But then you also have a nice young stable with Diego De La Hoya, who is starting to show that he's more than just a name. He's also an exciting fighter. You have a kid we had not too long ago, El Camarón, Julian Ramirez, another young fighter. So you're starting to see these guys are at 9-0, 10-0. They're building up their fan base, and they're the next generation. Maybe a year or two from now, they're the ones that we're talking about. Well, we're going to be at their big-time media workouts. But you look at what Oscar's signed and what De La Hoya's done with Eric Gomez, Robert Diaz. They're getting these young fighters, and they're putting them up against tough opponents. You look at Jojo and Ramirez, they've gone up against guys that are coming from Mexico that have 20, 30 fights that are tough. They're not just giving them any kind of easy fights. I know as a fight fan, you want to look at a kid who comes in and just explodes and knocks his opponent out in the first round. But when you're going to get 8 rounds, 10 rounds against veteran fighters that are teaching them the tricks, the guys that you got to go through, those gatekeepers, it's tough. So the Golden Boy stable is looking nice right now, and they keep signing young fighters. The fact that they're on Golden Boy Live on Fox 1, for me, it's fun to do because you're looking at these kids, and I knew Jojo when he was an Olympian. Now you see him as a headliner, and you're on that break or ready to get to that next level.
You mentioned how Golden Boy is pretty much always known for matching up not giving their fighters easy fights, matching up their fighters against the best fighters out there. So I just wanted to run this potential matchup by you. Canelo, Triple G.
Ooh. Oh, man. Look, dang, okay.
What do you think about that matchup?
Wow. That'll be, ooh. You're throwing it out for a reason.
I want to see that fight. I want to see it.
I think one of the things that you have to give Canelo a lot of credit is, as he's gotten older, he's taken on guys that give him a matchup. Kirkland is tough. This Canelo-Kirkland fight in Houston is going to be tough. And I'm not trying to avoid your Triple G question, but Triple G right now is like, wow. Yeah. But that's a fight that could have happened. I mean, maybe down the road, but the Canelo-Kirkland, don't sleep on Kirkland, though. He's still a tough character.
Now,
what do you do with that? Huh? What do you go with that?
What, Canelo-Kirkland?
No, Triple G.
It's a fight I really want to see. Yeah,
but the thing is, we want to see just fights. We want to see good fights. And we want to see guys go after it, get in the middle and go after, right?
Because I honestly think that's the best fight maybe for both of them at the moment, because Canelo, he's going to have to move up to middleweight eventually. Yeah. And I think they're the best. They're best for each other at this moment.
What about, you saw Provodnikov and Matisse?
I actually haven't gotten a chance to watch that fight yet. No, because I was actually at the Chavez fight, so I haven't gotten a chance to.
Okay, but you read on Twitter, you saw the Instagram, two guys just went at it, and that's what you want to see no matter what.
Now, I got to ask you about Mayweather-Pacquiao. What do you think about that fight? The biggest fight. We've all been waiting for it. What you got?
Mayweather's undefeated for a reason. I mean, And I'm always one that you don't go against the guy who's undefeated, the headliner who's getting the 60-40 split. I'm just glad we get to see it. Might be 5 years too late, but it's better to actually see it than not see it. And when the hotels sell out in 12 minutes and nobody is going to that fight. How many people saying, I'm going to Vegas, but how many people are actually saying, I'm going to the fight?
Yeah, because the tickets haven't even actually gone on sale yet.
Yeah, I ain't paying $150 to go closed circuit. You?
I'm hoping I get a credential. HoopJab.com here with Beto Duran. Thank you very much, man.